thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. Nightly she sings on yon pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. Look, love, what envious streaks do lace the severing clouds in yonder east. Night's candles are burnt out, and jocund day stands tiptoe on the misty mountain tops. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight. I know it. It is some meteor which the sun exhales to be to thee this night a torchbearer, and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet. Thou needst not to be gone.
Let me be ta'en, let me be put to death. I am content, so thou wilt have it so. I'll say yon grey is not the morning's eye, 'tis but the pale reflex of Cynthia's brow, and that is not the lark whose notes do beat the vaulty heaven above our heads. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. How is my soul? Let's talk. It is not day.
It is. It is the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Some say the lark makes sweet division. This doth not so, for she divideth us. Some say the lark and loathed toad change eyes. Oh, now I would they had changed voices too, since arm from arm that voice doth us affray, hunting thee hence with hunts up to the day. Oh, now be gone, more light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam,
Nurse?
your lady mother is coming to you. The day is broke, be wary, look about.
Then, window, let day in, and let life out.
Farewell, farewell. One kiss and I'll descend.
Art thou gone so? Love, Lord, I, husband, friend? I must hear from thee every day in the hour, for in a minute there are many days. Oh, by this count I shall be much in years ere I again behold my Romeo.
Farewell. I will omit no opportunity to convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Oh, thinkst thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not. And all these woes will serve as sweet discourses in our time to come.
Oh God, I have an ill-divining soul. Methinks I see thee, now thou art below, as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails, or thou look'st pale.
And believe me, love, in my eyes so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu, adieu.
Oh, fortune, fortune, all men call thee fickle. If thou art fickle, what dost thou with him that is renowned for faith? Be fickle, fortune, for then I hope thou wilt not keep him long, but send him back.
Oh, daughter, are you up?
Who is that calls? Is it my lady mother? Is she not down so late or up so early? What unaccustomed cause procures her hither?
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death. What? Wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make him live. Therefore weep no more. Some grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows still some want of wit.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
And so shall you feel the loss, but not the friend which you weep for.
Feeling so the loss cannot choose but ever weep the friend.
Well, girl, thou weepst not so much for his death as that the villain lives which slaughtered him.
What villain, madam?
That same villain, Romeo.
Aye, and he be many miles asunder. God pardon him. I do, with all my heart. And yet no man like he doth grieve my heart.
That is because the traitor murderer lives.
Aye, madam, from the reach of these my hands would none but I might venge my cousin's death.
We shall have vengeance for it, fear thou not. Oh, therefore be done. I'll send to one in Mantua, where that same banished renegade doth live. Shall give him such an unaccustomed dram that he shall soon keep Tybalt company. And then I hope thou wilt be satisfied.
Indeed, I never shall be satisfied with Romeo till I behold him Dead is my poor heart for a kinsman vexed. Madam, if you could find out but a man to bear a poison, I would temper it, that Romeo should, upon receipt thereof, soon sleep in quiet. Oh, how my heart abhors to hear him named and cannot come to him, to wreak the love I bore my cousin upon his body that slaughtered him.
Find thou the means, and I'll find such a man. But now I bring thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time. What are they, I beseech your ladyship?
Well, thou hast a careful father, child, one who to put thee from thy heaviness hath sorted out a sudden day of joy that thou expectest not, nor I looked not for.
Madam, in happy time, what day is that?
Mary, my child, early Thursday morn, the gallant, young, and noble gentleman, the County Paris, in St. Peter's Church, shall haply make thee there a joyful bride.
By St. Peter's Church and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder at this haste, that I must wed ere he that should be husband comes to woo. I pray you, tell my lord and father, madam, I will not marry yet. And when I do, I swear it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take it at your hands.
When the sun sets, the air doth drizzle dew, but for my brother's son it rains downright. How now? A conduit girl, still in tears, evermore showering? In one little body, thou counterfeitest a sea, a wind, a bark. Still thy tears, which I may call the sea, do ebb and flow. The bark, thy body, that is sailing in this salt flood. The wind, thy sighs, which with thy tears are evermore raging, and they with them, without the sudden calm, will overset thy tempest-tossed body. How now, wife, have you not delivered to her our decree?
Aye, sir, but she will none. She gives you thanks. I would the fool were married to her grave.
Soft. Take me with you, wife. How now, will she have none? Does she not give us thanks? Is she not blessed that we have found her so worthy a gentleman to be her bridegroom?
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful even for hate that is meant love.
How now, chop logic? What is this? Am proud, and I thank you not, and I am not proud? Mistress Minion, thank me no thankings, nor proud me no prouds, but fettle your fine joints gates Thursday next, with Sir Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither. Out, you green sickness carrion. Out, you baggage, you tallow face.
Fie, what are you mad?
Good father, I beseech you, hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Hang thee, young wretch! I'll tell thee what. Get thee to church or Thursday, or never after look me in the face again. Speak not! Reply not! Do not answer me! My fingers itch! Wife, we scarce thought us blessed that God has lent us but this one child, but now I see this one is one too much, and we are in a curse in having her. Out on her, Hilding!
God in heaven bless her! You are to blame, my lord, to rate her so.
Oh, how now, O Lady Wisdom, hold your tongue! Good Prudence, smatter your gossips down!
I speak no treason.
Oh, God, ye den!
May not one speak?
Peace, you mumbling fool! Utter your gossips over gravity's bowl!
You are too hot.
Oh, God, but it makes me mad! Day, night, hour, time, tide, work, play, alone, in company, but still to have her matched. And having now provided with you a gentleman of noble parentage, fair domains, youthful, stuffed, as they say, with honorable parts, proportioned as anyone would wish a man, and then to have this puling fool, a whining mabbit, answer me, I will not wed. I cannot love. I am too young, I beg you, sir. But as you will not wed, I will pardon thee. Thursday is near. Hold hand on heart. Advise. And you be mine. And I'll give you to my friend. And you be not. Hang. Beg. Starve. Die in the streets. For I will never acknowledge thee. And what is mine shall never do thee good. Trust on it. Bethink you. I'll not be forsworn.
Is there no pity sitting in the clouds that sees into the bottom of my grief? Oh, sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week, or if you will not, make the bridal bed in that dim monument where Tybalt lies.
Talk not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Oh God. Oh nurse, how shall this be prevented? My husband is on earth, my faith in heaven. How shall that faith return again to earth unless that husband send it me from heaven by leaving earth? Comfort me, counsel me. Alack, alack, that heaven should practice stratagems upon so soft a subject as myself. What sayest thou? Hast thou not a word of joy? Some comfort, nurse!
Faith! Here it is. Romeo was banished. And all the world to nothing, he dares ne'er come back to challenge you. Or if he does, it needs must be by stealth. Then since the case so stands as it now doth, I think it best you married with the county. Oh, he's a lovely gentleman. Romeo's a dish-clout to him. An eagle, madam, hath not so green, so quick, so fair an eye as Paris hath. Be sure my very heart, I think you are happy in this second match, for it excels your first. Or if it did not, your first is dead. Or 'twere as good he were, as living here and you no use of him.
Speaks thou from thy heart?
And from my soul too, or else beshrew them both.
Amen.
What?
Well, thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Go in, and tell my lady I am gone, having displeased my father, to Lawrence cell to make confession and to be absolved.
Marry, I will. And this is wisely done.
Ancient damnation, oh, most wicked fiend! Is it more sin to wish me thus forsworn, or to dispraise my lord with that same tongue which she hath praised him with above compare so many thousand times? Go, counselor, thou and my bosom henceforth shall be twain. I'll to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to die.